You sit down, ready to work. The task is clear. The clock ticks, reminding you that time is slipping away. Yet, instead of starting, you scroll. One video leads to another, one notification to the next. And suddenly, it's night. The task remains untouched, but the guilt settles in like a heavyweight, accumulating with each round. Why does this happen? Procrastination is universal, yet it can feel so deeply isolating, can it not? As if you're the only one caught in this cycle of inertia and guilt. We often believe that our future selves will be more capable, more motivated, more focused. But this mindset is a cognitive trap, a false belief that the future will be the perfect time to act. But the truth is, the future is no more capable than the present, and the discomfort we are avoiding is precisely the work we need to face. Procrastination runs deeper than laziness or poor discipline. It's not about time management, it's about emotional management. At its heart, procrastination is avoidance, not of the task itself, but what it demands of us. Courage to risk failure, vulnerability to face the fear of not measuring up, and patience to persist through uncertainty. Philosophically speaking, it's about avoiding the reality of being human. Of facing imperfection, uncertainty, and fear. It's essentially a refusal to meet ourselves where we are. A refusal to engage with the one place where change is really possible. Tasks are not just tasks. They are invitations to face these uncomfortable truths. They often challenge our self-concept. They reveal our doubts and insecurities, things we might not be ready to confront in that moment. And that's terrifying. So we avoid. Not because the task itself is impossible, but because we don't want to risk exposing these vulnerabilities. The way I see it, within each of us, two forces are at play. The pull of comfort and the push of growth. One side of the self clings to safety, comfort, familiarity even, avoiding stress and uncertainty. The other side longs for growth and achievement. Every challenge and solution exists in that tension, and procrastination thrives in the space between. In these moments of internal conflict, distraction becomes a false refuge, a temporary balm that soothes the discomfort but deepens the divide. And over time, this cycle isolates us, not from our goals, but from ourselves. But what if procrastination isn't the enemy? What if procrastination is actually your best friend? Let me explain. Think about your closest friends. They don't just cheer you up, they challenge you. They hold up a soft mirror that reflects your vulnerabilities and your potential. Procrastination does the same. It reveals where you're avoiding, where you're afraid, where you're out of alignment. When you stop viewing procrastination as a static flaw and start seeing it as a dynamic opportunity, a message, an invitation, you unlock its potential. That which was previously a block now becomes a bridge, and you are the only one who can make that shift. So, imagine a bridge, the bridge of becoming. This bridge is not built on motivation or discipline alone. It requires two essential tools: courage, as we mentioned earlier, to face the discomfort and take even one small step forward, even when you're afraid, and self-compassion, to forgive yourself when you stumble, and to remember that growth is messy and non-linear. I should know. Every time you're not avoiding, you're not just completing a task, you're becoming more of who you're meant to be. The act of moving through avoidance transforms you into someone who can handle discomfort and persevere. And these qualities are already within yourself, available to you. In spiritual traditions, there is a concept called samskara. I really hope I'm pronouncing this right. It could be wrong. I hope not. That's the mental and emotional imprints left by past actions, thoughts, and emotions. These impressions form grooves in the mind, shaping our automatic responses. And I've seen time and time again that procrastination can, over time, become one of these grooves, becoming really a habit of avoidance. But that's the beauty of samskara. It's not destiny, it's a pattern. And like all patterns, it can be rewritten. For the more scientifically inclined of you watching this video, this concept obviously correlates to neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself by forming new neural connections. The brain is not a fixed entity. It has the ability to reshape itself, to break free from past conditioning. So when we engage in intentional actions, no matter how small, we weaken old patterns and we reinforce the new ones. Every brushstroke paints a new picture. Personally, I'm a huge advocate for this. I've seen it within myself and people in my life. If I compare myself now to even just a couple of years ago, the difference in how I perceive and evaluate and sort of even my life's philosophies and, how I react to things and there's a huge difference basically. And even though just thinking about it feels like miraculous, it's not really a miracle at all, is it? It's simply our potential. And honestly, I find this to be a very liberating truth. You're not a captive of your past. Realizing this is the foundation for change. If there is one thing you can be in charge of, let it be this: the direction in which you grow. To throw in a bit of good old stoicism, focus on what's within your power, and that is yourself. And you are not static. You can change. Whew. But here I want to say that not all procrastination is bad. Sometimes what might look like procrastination is actually an incubation period, a cognitive space where deeper insights and clarity can emerge. Creative processes naturally have incubation phases where ideas percolate and connections form beneath the surface. These moments are not wasted. They are the fertile silence before the spark. So you can think of this as a cognitive incubator. I love that. The way I see it, life itself is a creative process and every creation needs time to gestate. So good procrastination allows you to prepare, to process, to meditate on something until it feels ready for the next step. The key here is discernment. Is your procrastination avoidance or is it incubation? Are you hiding from discomfort or are you gathering strength and clarity for what's next? I suppose this goes without saying, but the tasks we take on must align with our values and vision. If they don't, this avoidance is sending a different message. It could be, a signal that you're on the wrong path. Now, I understand that in some cases, this can be really difficult to confront and navigate. If you want to change careers, for example, but you feel like a lot of your life, even your identity or the expectations of other people are tied to it, this can be really difficult. And of course, the choice is yours to make. In these moments, authenticity can really go a long way in how we make these decisions. So from that place of authenticity, ask yourself, why does this task matter? How does it connect to your vision for your life or humanity at large? When your goals are existentially aligned, the work stops being a chore. It becomes meaningful, and meaningful work is far harder to avoid. Even if you try, it just keeps crippling back into your mind one way or another. What a majestic thing. I want to take the time here to address something, okay? We often blame procrastination on living too much in the present moment, indulging in short-term pleasure while avoiding long-term fulfillment. After all, our brains love instant gratification. But I would argue that the opposite is actually true. We aren't fully embracing the present at all. We are assigning the things that matter most, our goals and visions, to an abstraction, a vague idea of the future. Instead of living fully in the now, we live in that state of anticipation of future outcomes, of pressures, of what ifs. And this makes us unwilling to meet the present moment as it is. So procrastination essentially keeps us disengaged from the moment. And in doing so, it robs us from the only time that we can truly make an impact, right now. And when we disengage from the present in that way, we lose our agency. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually Greek, and in Greek we have two words for time. Chronos, that's the linear, measurable kind of time, and Kairos, which is the opportune moment, the time to act. Procrastination traps us in Chronos, where everything is measured and postponed, and time stretches endlessly into the future. And the solution here is to step into Kairos and to embrace the present moment as the only time that exists in a tangible, concrete sense. And I'm not really talking about anything radical here. Meditate, be present. Whether you're sitting, walking, exercising, cleaning your house, whatever it is that you do it fully present. I personally recommend the Waking Up app. The way they approach meditation resonates with me. I can stand behind it. But of course, these tools are personal, so if this doesn't work for you, find something that does. There's so many things out there. So that's the video for today. As you see, procrastination is not a one-size-fits-all situation. Different things will apply to different people, but usually there is discomfort at the heart of it all. So it's not really about managing your time, even though that can be a very helpful skill to cultivate. It's really about managing yourself, your anxieties, your fear, your needs, and your alignment with what truly matters. When you stop running away from discomfort and you start facing it head on, you break the cycle, you grow, you take ownership over your life. So answer yourself with honesty, what are you avoiding and what is a small step that you can take right now? If you made it this far, thank you very much for being here today with me. I would love to hear what ways you have found to navigate or even overcome procrastination, or any other thoughts you might have about this topic. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up before you go, and that really helps make more of these. And take care of yourselves because you deserve it. Till next time.